Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm officeblokedaz.
Officeblokedaz Aidan.
Just the two of us today, Aid.
I know, yeah, no women.
No women here today. So, when there's no women here, we do what's important.
We go to the pub.
We've got the pub,
Find
don't
out
we?
where the best bars are.
They're partying down in London, I guess, right? The women. So they're all on a day away in London. All having a disco. Partying hard. Hardcore. Oosh, oosh, oosh. Probably having a sit-down meal and just sat there going like, did you watch Love Island?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Anyway. The absolute best bar in every state revealed. I think this is very subjective then, isn't it? You're not going to get the best bar in every state. It's opinion-based, isn't it?
It's a bit, very opinion-based.
Because you could go, I could say, what's the best bar in Manchester? And you'd have a very different opinion to my best bar in Manchester.
Probably, yeah.
So, but let's go for it anyway. The absolute best bar in every state revealed.
Every American state is packed with an abundance of bars, but within each of their borders is a bar above the rest. We've selected the best watering holes in each state, and we can say with absolute certainty that you won't see a bad bar on this list. If it's a well-mixed and inventive craft cocktail you're after, the Collins Bar in the Loft district of downtown Birmingham is your answer. It has an impressive bourbon selection, as well as a vintage vibe. That's all thanks to the antiquarian typewriters and the wallpaper-looking periodic table behind the liquor section.
You can learn more
The Salty Dog Saloon is a picture-perfect Alaskan bar.
That's quite cool.
This historic bar is set in the Kachemak Bay city of Homer on the Kenai Peninsula. Some of the first cabins there were built in 1897, and one of them is the Salty Dog. The structure served as a grocery store, office, schoolhouse, post office, and was even moved after it.
I understand that's in Alaska, but is that the best bar?
I wonder how many bars there are.
Yeah,
that are
true.
like standalone. That they're all little. I mean, you've got the places like Anchorage and Juneau and places like that, which are quite populated.
But you still expect the bar to be a bit like better looking than
I think that's how it started off originally.
Yeah,
that's back in the day, sort of thing.
Yeah,
But what it looks like today, probably nothing like that.
In 1964 earthquake, the now iconic lighthouse was added to cover a water storage tank, and it finally became a bar in 1957.
I want to see the inside.
The Bikini Lounge is a lovable dive in the Grand Avenue Arts District near downtown Phoenix. Though it's been open since 1947, Bikini Lounge was remodeled in the 1960s and is currently decked out in Tom Cooper murals, a bamboo walled back patio, and even a tiki-themed bike rack. The cash-only haunt usually is known for dance parties, tiki drinks, cold beer, or plain stiff cocktails. Established in 1876 and restored in 2007, the Capitol Hotel in Little Rock has been, according to its own website, Little Rock's front porch for 140 years. The on-site Capitol Hotel Bar and Grill sports a, quote, glossy, dark-paneled bar upon which knowledgeable bartenders will slide down signature mules, house cocktails, draft beers, and wine by the glass.
It just looks to me like any other hotel bar.
Yeah, slow service.
Yeah, it's not in the USA. In the USA you normally get fast, rapid service.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You're normally well looked after in the USA.
Yeah.
Not for you though, you're underage.
Yeah. Fake
The top
ID
spot
time.
for an amazing bar in California goes to Tiki Tea in Los Angeles. The classic tiki bar was opened in 1961 by Ray Bowen, who bartended for the Don the Beachcomber. Now Bowen's son, Mike Bowen Sr., and his sons run the bar. It's a petite place, just 12 bar stools, but there are 94 drinks options. It goes without saying that if you want a tiki drink...
I understand it might be a great bar, but can it be the best in your state if there's only 12 bar stools?
It's kind of unique, isn't it? People.
I understand
I
understand there's other reasons you can call it the best other than like how big and how nice it is.
But 90 odd cocktails, it said, right?
94.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, you can't go wrong
I'll still go for a Long Island there every time, as I always do.
with this place's signature drinks, such as the Cactus Cooler, the Fog Cutter, and Ray's Mistake. The Centennial State is chock full of history, and My Brother's Bar delivers. The historic brick structure has offered a bar since the 1870s, and at this point happens to be the oldest saloon in Denver.
Okay.
It's also where icons of the Beat generation, Neil Cassidy, Allen Ginsberg, and Jack Kerouac used to hang. What's more, burgers are served on wax paper till 1 a.m. A New England bar must come with a good history, and the Griswold Inn in Essex has loads of it.
Quite honestly, prohibition was a bigger challenge for us than the 1918 pandemic.
The taproom space here first
like a
opened
pub,
in
that.
1776, but was originally built as a schoolhouse in 1735. But it's not just a historic site, it's also a great bar, even landing the number 92 spot on the Daily Meals list of 150 best bars in America.
Wow.
There's also a great drink menu, a year-round Christmas tree, and Katharine Hepburn has enjoyed a drink here. The most iconic bar in Delaware is...
Right, imagine going in there for the first time ever and there's just like going in July and there's a Christmas tree. I'll probably confuse you, wouldn't it?
What's all this about?
Yeah.
Kelly's Logan House.
Talking point.
It was built in 1864 and became a bar in 1889, making the Trolley Square Tavern the oldest Irish pub in the state. Listed in the National Register of Historic Places, the spot is a go-to for St. Patrick's Day, Guinness on draft, and house cocktails. To this day, a member of the Kelly family oversees operations of the bar. While great Florida bars abound, the no-name pub in the Florida Keys is high on the Guardian's list of the top 10 bars in Florida and in our hearts. The Big Pine Key Beach Bar has one feature you'll notice right away: tons of dollar bills on the walls, ceilings, and every other crevice.
I'm pretty sure the one in Alaska had that before.
It looks like
I picked up, they had money on the ceiling.
Was it money or it kind of just looked like a cave?
Looked like money to me, hanging. And that's got the same.
It's not saving a lot of money, that though, is it? It's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Realistically.
It's marked with a sign that says, "No Name Pub, you found it," as it has for much of the time since the building's construction in 1931. By the 1950s, the place became an out-of-the-way bar, as it remains today. Savannah, Georgia has the best bar in the state, the original Pinky Masters. This bar can be spotted on Drayton Street by the hanging Pabst blue ribbon sign. The gin joint was opened by Luis Christopher Mastopoulos, aka Pinky, in the 1950s. Though it continues to be an assuming dive, the neighborhood haunt has a political past. This was a regular stop of Jimmy Carter's, both as senator and president.
We've even had Jimmy Carter stop in and declare his presidency here at Pinky Masters.
Duke's Waikiki Barefoot Bar is on every list of Hawaii's best bars, including this one. A beach bar named for surfer Duke Kahanamoku, Duke's in Waikiki is about as Hawaiian as it gets. The Barefoot Bar menu lists Hawaiian beers and wines, as well as signature cocktails. Those include Duke's Mai Tai, guava jams, and of course the Endless Summer, a blend of mango and citrus vodka with guava, coconut, and passion fruit juice.
Are you even a fan of cocktails?
Yeah.
I've never seen you drink a cocktail, I don't think.
No, you see me drinking beer and wine mostly.
Yeah.
But when I go to, I have cocktails when I go to Gary's place, the Alchemist.
Alchemist, yeah.
They do some of the best cocktails, don't they?
They do.
It's
not like they just taste nice. They look cool.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I always get the one when you like make your own signs thing, and they give it you in a test tubes and stuff like that. You make your own.
The Old Boise Historic District is home to the best bar in the Gem State, Pengilly's Saloon. The tavern is known for its more than 100 years old Brunswick bar, as well as plush booths, well-worn wooden tables, and Old West decor. Despite Pengilly's being a major bar-hopping stop in downtown Boise, it definitely offers a small-town vibe. The Billy Goat Tavern on Michigan Avenue is an essential bar experience. The legendary watering hole was opened in 1934 by William Billy Goat Cianis, and 10 years later was known for posting the words "No Republicans Allowed" in the window during the 1944 Republican Convention. It was also made famous in the late 70s when satirized by the beloved Cheeseburger sketch on Saturday Night Live.
Too early for a cheeseburger. Too early for a cheeseburger? Look! Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
While the place is known for burgers and Pepsi, there is a full bar and cold beer. If you're attracted to bars with buzzing neon signs, look into Red Key Tavern. Inside, you'll find 1950s-style decor, even though the Red Key was opened in 1933. This is a well-established, cash-only Midwestern bar, complete with generations of regulars, daily drink specials, and...
Our place is actually still just cash only.
I think everywhere should be cash only.
You think everywhere should be cash only?
Yeah.
It's going the opposite way though, really.
I know it is, yeah. But I think everywhere should be cash only and hide it from the tax man.
Yeah.
The simple menu of cheeseburgers, chili, and potato salad. The mirrored walls, soft twinkle lights, small tables, and loads of wall decor and framed awards make the place always feel cozy.
Big long bar.
Kelly's Little Nipper is a magical dive bar in Des Moines with roots going back to 1940. This bar is housed in a standalone structure that was built in 1908. But the bar has been Kelly's Little Nipper since 1981, when Ernie Nipper took the reins as owner. House cocktails include Kelly's Screwdriver, which pairs well with the fried appetizers and sandwiches. Mort's Martini and Cigar Bar was established in 1996 in historic Old Town in Wichita, and it's been something of a favorite hang ever since. You could come in for a quick mixed drink, but you'd be missing the point of this martini and cigar bar. Mort's offers more than 160 martinis on its drink menu, as well as an impressive array of cigars for sale. This brick house bar also features live music on a nightly basis, a heat and cooled patio, craft beer selection.
Any bar that's got live music on is mint. Get live music going.
That's why we like different types of bars.
Yeah, you don't like live music.
If I go into a bar and there's live music, and I'll try and find the chair furthest away from the band. Because it's always way too loud as well.
Yeah, especially around where we live, because it's small bars.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It's just, but you can hear. Sometimes
I
you
remember
can sit in another bar and hear the band from the other
I remember
bar.
when I went into Rustic and I got the chair right next to the band, and it was like I couldn't even hear the person I was talking to.
Do you know the good thing about that is I got that chair next to the window, which is right in front of the band. Right?
Yeah.
And he was saying like, if you got any requests, and I'm just shouting up loads of requests, and every request I'm shouting up, he's playing.
Yeah. I don't even know any songs that he's playing.
No, me neither. Just shouting up shit.
And a quick menu of bar food. There are many taverns called Magnolia Bar in this country, but a great one is in Kentucky. Mag Bar, as it's locally dubbed, was founded in 1962 in what is now the largest residential Victorian preservation district in the nation, aka historic Old Louisville. The punk-packed jukebox is famous citywide, the bands and DJs are loud, and the bar is cluttered with decor. Mag Bar is beloved for their cheap drinks and eclectic event hosting. This isn't the type of place with $13 signature cocktails. Though many fantastic bars and breweries dot the historic districts of Louisiana, it's New Orleans that happens to be home to the best bar in the state. The Sazerac Bar at the Roosevelt Hotel on the edge of the French Quarter is moody with its African walnut wood.
You just know how expensive that will be there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But you come in somewhere like New Orleans, and it's famous for food and drink, isn't it? It's like the food and drink capital of the USA.
What's that one street called?
Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
But it must be somewhere more iconic than this, I'm thinking.
I would have assumed so, yeah.
The seating and mid-century murals. Here, the menu lists beer, wine, and modern cocktails like the Port of New Orleans. But at a historic joint like this, opt for a classic cocktail with, what else? A Sazerac.
I've got a Sazerac.
Founded in 2013 by husband and wife team Joanna and Steve Corman, Vina's Fizz House is also a retail shop, complete with cocktail kits, vintage barware, and locally made bitters for sale. One of their kits, the main margarita, is a blend of tequila, blueberry, pine, lime, dry curacao, and Vina's bitter Tyrone, and it's incredible. This downtown Portland cocktail bar serves it along with other Pine Tree State spins like the Rocky Coast Bloody Mary and the Lumber Sexual. Vina's also offers an impressive mocktail menu. If a sign reading "Welcome to the Land of Beer" doesn't coax you through the entryway it sits atop, we don't know how to help you. Max's Tap House in the Fells Point area of Baltimore offers more than 100 rotating beers on tap and more than 1,000 bottles too.
I may have been in
Baltimore?
Yeah, I may have been in. It's where he's got like loads of different pumps on the wall sort of thing, and it's, what did he say, 100 beers?
Something like that.
I think I might have been in here. I'll have to see what it looks like inside.
Making it home to Maryland's largest beer selection. Max's also offers daily drink specials and themed happy hours, a tight menu of bar food, and a scenic outdoor patio. Boston being a major metropolitan area, it's packed with high-end cocktail lounges and modern breweries, but Wally's Cafe is a simple Cheers-style bar. This best bar in Massachusetts is a jazz club and drinking den with inexpensive beer, straightforward cocktails, and a promise of a lively musical atmosphere. It dates back to the 1940s, though its current location has been in place since 1979. Marked by its Star Paper Co. sign painted on the front facade, Old Dog Tavern is as cool-looking as it is quick on drinks. Opened in 2010 by Amy and Sean Smith, the bar and grill has become a go-to in Kalamazoo, which has even led MLive to declare it Michigan's best neighborhood bar. Signature cocktails include the Tommy Pickles Margarita and a Build Your Own Bloody Mary, and there's some incredible mac and cheese. In addition to the historic digs, Old Dog also has one of the best beer gardens in Michigan. Psycho Susie's Waterfront Lounge has been around since 2003, though it feels like the little tiki hut and pizza bar has been there since the dark days of the mid-century. Psycho Susie's is set right on the Mississippi River in northeast Minneapolis and has done some interesting stuff. like open bar reservations during the COVID-19 pandemic. But overall, Psycho Susie's is just a weird retro bar heavy on the animal print with signature tropical drinks in custom tiki mugs. It's also big on holidays with over-the-top Halloween and Christmas parties. The upstairs bar at the City Grocery in Oxford is a classic Mississippi haunt. It's the type of place that has welcomed Ole Miss professors and students, well-to-do Southerners, and well-worn travelers, as well as Anthony Bourdain.
It's pretty friggin' comfortable, and you don't care much about getting out. Right? Am I right?
Well, no one here seems too bitter about that.
Classic cocktails include the old-fashioned and Pim's Cup, as well as local lore in a glass like the Oxfordian. If you're extremely lucky, you may get a seat on the famous balcony. There's also wine, beer, and views of Oxford's town square from on high. For a truly KC night of drinking, you've got to go to the Green Lady Lounge. This is a 2-story jazz club that perfectly blends music, barbecue, and baseball. There's no cover charge, no bright lights, and no chance of not having a good time. Step through the entryway beneath the red awning, or do you...
That proper reminds me of Blues Kitchen.
Blues Kitchen, that's what I was just going to say. It looks like Blues Kitchen, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Your favourite mixed drink and get comfortable for a full night of live music. Charlie B's in Missoula is named for the owner, Charlie Baumgartner, who's been in charge since 1980. The place attracts college students, Montana locals, and travellers looking for an...
I quite like a round bar that you can go the whole way around the bar.
Do you remember the Ivy League in New Jersey? You probably won't, would you? No. That's it was like a square bar all the way around there. Yeah. And they had the grill in the middle and all that, where they used to cook your burgers and steaks and stuff.
That's quite cool.
Yeah. And it was just constant bar staff all the way around as well. So you just, as soon as you finished...
there's nothing worse than going to the bar and having to wait ages.
Never had to wait, mate. As soon as you were getting near the bottom, another one was
there.
there.
You always do over there, don't you? Yeah. Realistically.
Expensive drink as early as 8 a.m. It has a wall called the Wall of Regulars, which has framed portraits of the spot's usual suspects. Another amazing perk is the adjoining Dinosaur Cafe, which serves a tight menu of Cajun food. The Homie Inn is an iconic place in Omaha. In fact, the well-worn bar serves 4 varieties of champagne on tap: sweet, dry, strawberry, and peach. Homie was established in 1956 and has as storied a past as any neighborhood joint. Come here for the bubbly, but stay to admire the vintage baseball cards and befriend the regulars. The Silver State has a weird and wacky history, and part of that includes atomic testing in its desert landscape. Cue the 1952 established Atomic Liquors.
As it still holds the title of the oldest freestanding bar in Las Vegas.
The bar is pinned with a vintage, old Vegas-style sign of lights, reading liquor and cocktails. Inside, find cocktails like the Hunter S Mash, rotating taps of craft beer, and a dinner menu of comfort food. What's more, this is where the Rat Pack, the Smothers Brothers, and Barbra Streisand used to drink. A good Irish pub is never hard to find, but a great Irish pub called...
Just to go back on that one, it looks like a good bar, but Las Vegas, you would have thought there'll be some very, really nice ones.
Yeah, but again, I think what you're looking for here as well is these are what you get in Las Vegas. I've never been Las Vegas. I've never been Las Vegas, but what I imagine you get there, what I've seen on images and what people have told me who've been there, is you get a lot of theme bars that are a bit cheesy.
Oh really?
So where you've got here, this is original, old school.
Well, what do you mean by theme? What sort of themes are we talking about?
You might get chain bars, bars that are in casinos.
Yeah.
You might get bars that like a chain of bars as well. So you might be like more restauranty sort of places. But actual just bars or standalone bars like that might be hard to come by.
It looks like a bar you'd see in Magaluf or
You know what you mean? Yeah, I see what you mean.
To drink. A good Irish pub is never hard to find, but a great Irish pub called the Peddler's Daughter is found in Nashua. Inside this cosy, heavily...
The best pubs normally are Irish, though, to be fair.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong, because they're known for the drinking, aren't they? The Irish sort of thing, and it's you're probably not wrong. But I remember once going to South Korea on St. Paddy's Day, and it was packed in the Irish bar.
Really?
I found an Irish bar in South Korea, and it was packed, funny enough, with Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Decorated bar, patrons are sipping a frothy pint of Guinness or Harp, finishing a plate of Irish nachos, enjoying live music, and hopefully slapping a few tables. The list of Irish whiskey available here is impressive, as is the number of patches stuck up around the wraparound wooden bar. Jersey Shore locals and visitors flock to the Wonder Bar in Asbury Park.
I was going to say, do you reckon you've been in the one in New Jersey?
We were there a year ago?
Really?
A year and a half ago, was it? Somewhere like Asbury Park.
There?
Yeah, we stayed in Asbury Park. Asbury Park used to be a real rundown area when we lived there.
That doesn't look like the best bar in New Jersey.
It's gone through regeneration, but you've got the Stone Pony as well in which is up against, which is iconic.
Would you say that was a good
bar?
bar?
Was pretty good. I remember going in there; it was decent. Yeah, but it was. I just remember that. I remember that big head on the image sort of thing. But yeah, we went in there and it was. I think there was a couple of bands on at night as well. I think when we saw they were advertising, we wanted to watch, so it was decent.
For good reason. This is a nightclub and day drinking haven where big Jersey names like Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi have performed, even though the bar's only been open since 2002. The place features Tilly, the goofy drinking mascot on the mural outside of the bar. The menu at this dog-friendly shoreside tavern also offers wings, sandwiches, beer, wine and cocktails like the Rum Bucket. If you'd like a killer drinking experience in the land of enchantment, be sure to head downtown to the Matador in Santa Fe. This cash-only 67-person capacity underground bar is where you'll find cheap mixed drinks and cold domestic beer, along with a small gaggle of regulars. The Matador feels like a college dive bar, but it's definitely an all ages above 21 neighborhood watering hole.
Yeah.
Expect post-punk on the speakers, off-the-cuff films on the screens, and an espresso bar to boot. In a world of high-end cocktail bars and modern brew houses, Alibi is a proper neighborhood.
I hate places that use ice cubes that big. What is?
Yeah.
You're gonna get not even half a glass there.
In a world of high-end cocktail bars and modern brew houses, Alibi is a proper neighborhood haunt. The bar is set in the Fort Greene neighborhood, and it's a favorite among local and dive bar seekers. Bartenders here only take cash, but drinks are inexpensive, prompting one writer to refer to the Alibi as a legitimate drinker's paradise. The proof is right inside, where there are Christmas lights, wall graffiti, and a row of regulars at the bar. You'll feel pretty thirsty once you get over the initial shock of pulling up to Thirsty Beaver Saloon in Charlotte's Plaza Midwood. The entryway to the standalone dive looks welcoming, while the towering apartment complex surrounding it? Not so much. Inside, you can drink cold, cheap beer by the light of the neon signs, which adorn the short walls along with bras and old country music memorabilia. You're also welcome to play darts and pump some coins into the jukebox. Empire Tavern in downtown Fargo has been around since it was established in 1936. When Prohibition ended, the Empire was one of the first bars open in town after years spent as Empire Cafe. Today, the bar is marked by the iconic neon sign above the brick facade. Inside, find drink specials, dark wooden booths, neon beer signs, and Busch Light on tap. There's a Wes Anderson-inspired basement bar in Columbus. The Light of Seven Matchsticks is a craft cocktail lounge established underneath Natalie's coal-fired pizza and live music. Signature cocktails are divided into categories like Profound Dream State and Meet the Mentor. Plus, there's no cell service and no kids allowed, if that helps. Many bars stand out with a gimmick, but many aren't as enticing as the Lunchbox. This is the specialty drink at Edna's Club and Restaurant.
What's with the money?
I think it's a good luck thing. I think when people open up a new business or a new bar or restaurant or something, people write good luck on a dollar bill and they pin it up on the wall, sort of thing. I remember when Ralphie opened his new restaurant, I gave him a £5 note or an Abu Dhabi dirham, $5 dirham note sort of thing, and put it on his something different.
Yeah, that's cool.
Highly accessible.
They do look like different currencies all over there.
Neighborhood bar in Oklahoma City. The dive is complete with low ceilings, wallpapered in dollar bills, neon beer signs, pool tables, and a green light for smokers. An order of the OKC famous Lunchbox is a big mug full of beer, amaretto, and a splash of orange juice. Since around 1980, Edna's also offers bar snacks and a well-loved jukebox. If you'd like to do a sip tour of Oregon beer without neglecting your drinking buddy's desire for a house cocktail, the Loyal Legion in Portland is your answer. The bar has 99 Oregon beers on tap, as well as a lengthy list of cocktails and wine. The Loyal Legion is also the longest bar in Portland, which adds to its classic look. The bar goes with a less is more look, meaning there are plush navy booths, pops of potted plants, and wood trims everywhere else in the old PPAA building.
Yeah.
When it comes to taverns, Philadelphia takes the win, specifically Tattooed Mom. This tattoo parlor-themed neighborhood bar in Queen Village is colorfully and overly decorated. It offers cold beer and house cocktails like the Pickle
I'm not good enough in getting my beer in a plastic cup.
No, I know.
Teeny and Cosmo Cloud. There's also a menu of snacks, sandwiches, and vegan options, as well as friendly bartenders and some extraordinary lounge spots to enjoy your beverage. For a historic tavern experience in Rhode Island, there's no more historic place to get a drink than the bar at White Horse Tavern in Newport. The two-storey structure in which White Horse is housed was built in 1652, and since it's been a bar since 1673, it's also the oldest operating tavern in the country. This place is first and foremost an upscale restaurant.
I wasn't really expecting it to look like that.
Yes.
Oldest operating tavern in the country. This place
Looks like a waiting room.
Looks like a
Massive
hotel reception, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or like a hotel breakfast bar.
Yeah.
is first and foremost an upscale restaurant, but the bar area serves a tavern Mai Tai and offers some impressive pours of wine. Sure, signed dollar bills are a common gimmick of neighborhood bars, but when it's done well, it's a comforting scene. Cue the Griffin, found in Charleston, which is absolutely plastered with bills signed by drinkers from around the world, dating back to more than 20 years, though some of those bills recently came down to support employees during the pandemic. This is a neighborhood dive with cold beer and accessible bartenders and patrons. The bar offers an efficient menu of bar food, including some legendary wings. A truly monumental bar in South Dakota is the Ice House in the southeastern city of Yankton. Ice House has been around since 1928. Today, this brick standalone keeps up an old tradition. Drinkers are actually encouraged to smash their beer bottles under the deck after finishing a cold one. Lower Broadway in downtown Nashville
That's a bit strange.
Clean up, innit?
Surely there's a better bar in South Dakota than that. That looked naff.
absolutely packed with tourist trapping bars and eateries. But there are...
I just want to go back and just see that bar. Like, it looks proper crap.
Do you know, there's people will let me know on this as well. When we lived in Houston,
yeah,
there was just outside the Woodlands on the other side of the road. There was an ice house there. I don't know if it's the same chain or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was and that was shit as well. But I'm pretty sure the ice house, there was no inside. I think they served you through a window and you sat outside.
Oh god.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That. Yeah.
This just looks.
But it looks a bit. It was shit. I remember that being shit.
Yeah.
Encouraged to smash their beer bottles under the deck after finishing a cold one. Lower Broadway in downtown Nashville is absolutely packed with tourist trapping bars and eateries. But there are a couple of authentic Music City honky-tonks on this famous strip, and Robert's Western World is one of them. The bar and music venue is known for ice-cold beers, live country and western bands, and fried bologna sandwiches. And as for the name, the space was once a famous instrument shop. But also Rhinestone Western Wear and Robert's Western Wear Bar and Nightclub before becoming the famous watering hole. You can still spot boots on display on the other side of the bar. It's hard to overlook the great watering holes in Austin, Houston, and San Antonio, but Adair's Saloon is just that special. Adair's has been in Deep Ellum for about 20 years, but the first run dates back to the 1960s when it was opened by SL and Ann Adair. Adair's has written mementos and stickers on the walls, cheap beer, and plenty of live country western acts. Patrons and performers here have included the Dixie Chicks to Elvis Presley.
Especially for Texas.
Yeah.
That best bar in Texas, that.
I mean, I've been in some good bars in Texas, but I don't, like I say, it's what comes in. These have had people, did you say Elvis perform there?
Well, he's on the wall, isn't he?
Yeah.
And this little Texas honky-tonk also offers a country-filled jukebox, juicy burgers, and shuffleboard. Shooting Star Saloon has been open since 1892, making it the longest-running bar in Utah, according to Gastronomic. But according to the bar itself, it's been slinging cold ones since 1879, making it the oldest continuously operating saloon west of the Mississippi. The Huntsville Bar in northern Utah offers beer only, but not craft beer, just honky-tonk beer. No cocktails or wine, but there is coffee, malts, and soda. There is also a menu of Huntsville famous burgers served with chips, no fries. Three Needs Taproom and Pizza Cube is a laid-back bar in Vermont that really welcomes all kinds. The bar offers multiple pool tables, pinball, and a big outdoor courtyard for the warmer months. The Three Needs offers a lengthy list of Vermont beers, bottles, cans, and draft, as well as creative cocktails like Glen's Fruit Punch and the Spicy Margarita Jello Shot. Oh yes, and there are also pizzas.
Oy.
B-Side is a neighborhood bar and beacon to music and cocktail nerds alike. This Fairfax cocktail lounge in the Mosaic District was established by the same team behind the neighboring Red Apron Butcher and the Partisan. Many house cocktails are named after album B-sides, obviously, while other drinks are just efficient, like the Pinot Margarita. Craft beer and wine are also available, as is a Creole-inspired menu from the next-door eatery. When it comes to character, nothing beats Baby Bar in Spokane. The house rules include no crying and no fake accents, while the drink menu lists beer and booze. Touring alternative bands often pop in to play, drink, or both. And if you're hungry, Baby Bar has a great...
I think Spokane's somewhere I want to go. I think it's on the other side of the mountain. People let me know. I think it's just a bit inland from Seattle and places like that. I think it's over the other side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And it's one of them places where I really fancy going. But if we go in a bar and it says no fake accents and we rock up,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, with the jokes we say, we have to say it in the accent we're trying to say it. Do you know what I mean?
Don't think it'll work, do you?
No, I don't reckon. No,
I think we'll be thrown out.
Yeah, is that actually like an actual rule?
Yeah, I think it's yeah. What's a fake accent?
Yeah.
Someone putting something on.
Yeah.
Would we be accused of that though? They wouldn't understand us, would they?
Nah.
If we spoke really fast to each other.
They would
just
understand.
Look at us like, they'd be looking at us going like, "What language are you speaking?"
Do you reckon?
It's happened to me many times.
Really?
Yeah. Different
I
parts
wouldn't
of the
believe
world.
that because I could understand an American like.
Yeah, but if I'm travelling round and I've got someone with me who's like Manchester, from Manchester as well, and we speak real fast, and he's from like the same area as me, very difficult to understand.
Yeah.
People stop me once and go, "Can I ask you a question?" And I'm going, "Yeah." What language are you speaking? I'm like, "English." Me and Mum.
What? Are you having a laugh?
Nope. Someone's asked us and said, "What language are you speaking?"
That's funny.
You ask her. Yeah.
That's funny.
Neighbour, Nito Burrito. With a tagline like hipster free since '83, it's hard to ignore the lure of a place like Crockett's Lodge. The Morgantown Tavern has your typical bar decor, wrapped Christmas lights, framed portraits of regulars, posters, stickers, stained glass lamps, and a TV or two. The drink menu includes beer, wine, whiskey, and stiff cocktails. What's more, Crockett's and its customers claim it has the best wings in town, and they've been served the same way throughout its 37-year history. This Milwaukee bar is so famous you'll see "I Closed Wolski's" bumper stickers on cars across the country. Wolski's Tavern was established by Bernard Wolski in 1908, and it's the classic house-style tavern on Milwaukee's Lower East Side. The beer list features everything from Old Milwaukee and Coors Light to local brews like Lakefront East Side Dark on Draft. Open since 1907 under the same name, the Mint feels like the quintessential Wyoming bar. Inside this narrow stretch of a tavern in downtown Sheridan, beneath the iconic neon cowboy...
Did you notice them all with the hats on? Look.
Yeah.
All of them, right? With the cowboy hats.
Inside this narrow stretch of a tavern in downtown Sheridan, beneath the iconic neon cowboy, you'll spot red cedar trimmings, a longwood bar, taxidermized adornments, historic...
What's with all the, animal heads and stuff, though?
It's like hunting, isn't it? It's taxidermy... I used to know a guy when I lived in Houston.
What is that, a rat?
I remember going to his office, and when I went in, he was all like that.
Was that?
All kinds of stuff on the wall.
Because I've seen them in quite a few bars here.
Yeah, it's like hunters sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Newspaper clippings and cedar shingles of 9,000 local cattle ranch brands. But when it comes to drinks, there's a lengthy menu of beers, whiskey, and wine. Check out one of our newest videos right here.
Not going to no Stella, though.
No, Modelo's good though.
Yeah.
I do like Modelo. Mexican beer, yeah.
I've tried it before. It's like fat fat bottle.
Yeah, with
with
gold foil on it. Yeah, but it's I'll always find something to drink in a bar. Always.
Yeah.
To be something you can always have.
Yeah, for sure.
But when we hit the USA, it's we might have to wait till you're 21 before we go into the bar scene. Otherwise, it'll be
or just fake ID it.
Or fake ID it, yeah.
Or just walk in like I'm.
Like you own it.
Like I own the place. Yeah, walk in with a ladder and I get anything I want.
Walking with a what? A ladder?
A ladder. Have you never seen that? If you walk in with walk anywhere, the ladder.
Clipboard, you mean?
Or clipboard's a good
clipboard works as well. Just
or a high vis.
Yeah. Look official.
Yeah.
Shirt and tie with a high vis and a clipboard.
I'll just walk behind the bar and just start serving. And then just grab one for myself.
And then someone will go, fake accent. Yeah, it's good that though. Let us know what your best bar is in your state. Let us know if you agree with it. I don't know. It's a very subjective sort of subject, isn't it? Where you talk about the best of this or the best of that.
I reckon that was I don't reckon they are the best bars in each state.
Probably some of the most iconic ones, what people might vote for.
Or the oldest ones.
Yeah, the oldest ones.
The ones that
but that ice bar, whatever it was, but I can't remember what state it was in now.
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Jesus
shit,
Christ. But like a warehouse. You know what I mean? Like it's been closed for 50 years.
The only thing he's missing was bars on the window, boarded up.
Yeah.
It didn't even have any windows to board up, I don't think. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, but anyway, let us know where the best bar in your state is. Where do you recommend we go and visit? Which bar is the best one to go and visit?
If we're going to Atlanta, I don't remember the Georgia one to be honest. I don't think was it in Atlanta?
Do you know? I'm not sure where it was in Georgia.
Savannah, Georgia has
I do remember it now. Yeah. But yeah, let us know. We are thinking about heading to Atlanta. Later on in the year. So give us a heads up of where we should go. I've been to Atlanta before.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can we check out the Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
I didn't. No, I was working, but spent most
No,
of the
but
time in the bars.
Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.